Hello, my dear students. Don't you think that you children are lucky enough to have been born in a family where you get all your wishes and requirements getting fulfilled instantly? You have all the best of the resources available at your home and you are getting to attend the best of the schools and educational facilities you are being provided. But let me tell you, there are millions of the children who do not have even the basic commodities and essentials of life at their home. Now, all of a sudden, today, why have I started talking on all such things? That's only because I'm going to discuss one such chapter which talks of very similar theme, and the chapter happens to be the second chapter of a Flamingo book called The Lost Spring. Spring is associated with optimism and hope. Spring can be the metaphor for the early stages of life. Right from the time we are born to the late childhood, every one of us think of a great beginning and bright future. Childhood is the phase of life which is full of innocence, energy, and tremendous inclination towards outdoor activities with full of fun and frolic. It is a time for acquiring and getting new skills, educations, and for going to school. The author of the chapter, the author of the chapter, Anis Jung, talks about the students, national shame of children being forced to live a life of poverty and exploitation. The two main protagonists of the story, Sahib Alam and Mukesh, they don't get to live their childhood because they have to carry the burden of poverty and illiteracy. Through their story of exploitation, the author provides us the glimpse of fortitude and resilience. Anis Jung is an Indian female author, a journalist and columnist who works for newspaper in India and abroad. The Lost Spring, deals with the deplorable condition of poor children who are forced to miss the simple, joyful childhood because of their socio and economic conditions. They don't have the opportunity of going to school and they have to start working early in their life. They have to start working early in their life to supplement the income of their family. Anis Jung strives hard to eliminate child labor through her books. She propagates education for children and enforcement of strict law against childhood by the Indian government. The message of the chapter is to put an end to child labor and let the children live their days of spring and joy. Today I am going to discuss the first part of the chapter, Lost Spring, that is, sometime I find a rupee in the garbage. In the chapter, we see the protagonist, the main character is Sahib Alam. So let me tell you that this Sahib Alam, this boy belongs to which community and where do they live. So at the outskirts of Delhi, there is a place called Simapuri, where there are 10,000 rag pickers who have shifted from Bangladesh during the fight of Bangladesh for their freedom in 1971, and they came and got settled at Simapuri. Initially, they did not have any work to start with, and that's why they got into rag picking. So at Simapuri, there were that time some 10,000 people who got into the job of rag picking, and Sahib Alam is there, one of the boys, and there are hundreds of the children who go for rag picking barefooted. They do not have even a pair of shoes. Now Anis Jung, the authoress of the chapter, when she comes across Sahib Alam carrying a bag going for the rag picking, so Anis Jung asks Sahib Alam, why doesn't he go for the school? In answer to his in answer to her question, Sahib Alam has the answer that he doesn't go to school because there is no school around. And when Anis Jung asks that if he would like to go to school, if someday she opens a school. Now, after their first meeting, they again they come in contact for the second time, and this time it was Sahiba Alam who asked Anis Jung if her school was ready. Now, here we know that what Anis Jung has said to Sahiba Alam about opening the school, that was a false commitment, that was a false promise, and the life and the world of Sahiba Alam and other children from the rag picking community, their world is full of such fake promises. Now, Anis Jung is very surprised when she comes to know the name of this rag picker, the name of this boy is Sahiba Alam. The literal meaning of Sahiba Alam is Lord of Universe, but the irony of the fact that his name is Sahiba Alam, which means the Lord of the Universe, but he doesn't have even a pair of shoes in his feet. There is another irony in the chapter, Simapuri, which is in Delhi, outskirt of the Delhi, but still it's very far off Delhi. Now, how is there is a irony in the name of Simapuri? Because generally it is expected that the place which is the capital, national capital of the country, there the people are supposed to have the minimum requirements. But we see this rag picker community people, they live in a slum where they do not have anything. There is no proper lighting, there is no sanitation, there is no drainage system, and there is no proper supply of water except for the voter ID, except for the ration card which has been provided by the local people. Now you need to understand why they have been provided the ration card, because the ration card helped them to have the voter ID, and these people, rag pickers, are simply being utilized by the politicians as their vote bank. Now these people, this group of people, these rag pickers, they go at any point of time for rag picking. There is no fixed time for them that they have to go for the rag picking at that time, and there is no any fixed time or place that they have to go for rag picking for that particular time and in that particular areas. So they are free. Now here we need to understand and discuss that the garbage has different meaning for the small children, and the garbage has different meaning for the grown-up people. Now for the small children, the meaning of garbage is full of wonders, which is full of wonders, because the small children, they might expect to find one fine day a gold rupee or coin or some gold into the garbage. That's why the meaning of garbage for the small children is something which is wrapped in wonders. But for the grown-up people, the meaning of garbage is their means of livelihood. It is they do for their living. This is the meaning of the garbage because it differs for the small children and for the grown-up. Now once Anis Jung asked the small children that why do they go out without having a proper shoes even their feet. So at this, they have the answer. One of the child says that their parents do not get down the shoes out from the rags, but rag which is where it is kept, but the fact is they do not have the proper shoes. So even to own a pair of shoes is like a dream come true for them. So, and one fine day this Sahiba Alam, we find he manages to get a pair of shoes which was actually shoes thrown by some kids of the rich people. Because what do you children do, that even if there comes a small hole or if the shoes get worn out or torn out from some part, you prefer to throw it. So even when Sahiba Alam got that thrown up shoes with a small hole in it, it was a gift for him. It was a dream come true for him. Now there is in the chapter a mention of a tennis court, tennis court where the the people, children of the rich people, they come and play the tennis, and where Sahiba Alam was not allowed to enter and explore. But on a day like holy day, when it was Sunday, so Sahiba Alam was allowed to move inside and wander into the area of the tennis court. So this way the chapter goes on, and then by the coming towards the end part of the story, we see that Sahabe Alam takes up a job as a tea stall. Now at the tea stall, he's given a payment of 800 rupees per month, and but he is not happy working there. Now the question we need to understand, why he's not happy working there when he's being paid 800 rupees per month. So he's not happy there because he has lost his freedom. He has lost his freedom because as long as he was into rag picking, there was no any fixed particular time that for this time he had to go for the rag picking, or these were the particular area or land where he had to go for the rag picking. But since he has taken up a job at tea stall, there's a particular time, stipulated time for which he has to work, and for that he is being paid rupees 800. And the kettle that he uses for serving tea, that kettle seems to be heavier than the rag picking bag. That's only because he has lost his freedom. So this story so far, I have told you that the lost spring. This story is actually an extract from stories of memories of stolen childhood, memories of stolen childhood, and the name of this chapter is "Sometime I Find a Rupee in the Garbage." So we have a next chapter, second part for it, where we see that I want to drive a car, which talks about Mukesh. That I'll make next. Is that clear? Thank you and God bless you.